Welcome to One Chapter, One Thought. I'm Pastor Chris from Lincroft Bible Church in New Jersey, and every weekday I read one chapter of the Bible and offer one brief devotional thought. Today's reading is from the book of Proverbs, chapter 15. A gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. The tongue of the wise makes knowledge appealing, but the mouth of a fool belches out foolishness. The Lord is watching everywhere, keeping his eye on both the good and the evil. Gentle words are a tree of life. A deceitful tongue crushes the spirit. Only a fool despises a parent's discipline. Whoever learns from correction is wise. There is a treasure in the house of the godly, but the earnings of the wicked bring trouble. The lips of the wise give good advice, but the heart of a fool has none to give. The Lord detests the sacrifice of the wicked, but he delights in the prayers of the upright. The Lord detests the way of the wicked, but he loves those who pursue godliness. Whoever abandons the right path will be severely disciplined. Whoever hates correction will die. Even death and destruction hold no secrets from the Lord. How much more does he know the human heart? Mockers hate to be corrected, so they stay away from the wise. A glad heart makes a happy face. A broken heart crushes the spirit. A wise person is hungry for knowledge, while the fool feeds on trash. For the despondent, every day brings trouble. For the happy heart, life is a continual feast. Better to have little with fear of the Lord than to have great treasure and inner turmoil. A bowl of vegetables with someone you love is better than steak with someone you hate. A hot-tempered person starts fights, a cool-tempered person stops them. A lazy person's way is blocked by briars, but the path of the upright is an open highway. Sensible children bring joy to their father. Foolish children despise their mother. Foolishness brings joy to those with no sense. A sensible person stays on the right path. Plans go wrong for lack of advice. Many advisors bring success. Everyone enjoys a fitting reply. It is wonderful to say the right thing at the right time. The path of life leads upward for the wise. They leave the grave behind. The Lord tears down the house of the proud, but he protects the property of widows. The Lord detests evil plans, but he delights in pure words. Greed brings grief to the whole family, but those who hate bribes will live. The heart of the godly thinks carefully before speaking. The mouth of the wicked overflows with evil words. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayers of the righteous. A cheerful look brings joy to the heart. Good news makes for good health. If you listen to constructive criticism, you will be at home among the wise. If you reject discipline, you only harm yourself. But if you listen to correction, you grow in understanding. Fear of the Lord teaches wisdom. Humility precedes honor. One thought. Our words are powerful. So powerful, in fact, that Proverbs uses the vivid imagery in a later chapter, saying that death and life are in the power of the tongue. We see their power also here in verses 1 and 2 of Proverbs 15. We see the power of gentleness. A gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. The term gentle occurs 18 times in Proverbs, and it speaks of something tender or soft or delicate in substance. In other words, what it's communicating is that a gentle response is one that soothes the listener, both in its style and its substance. On the other hand, responding with harshness only exacerbates a conflict. It can only make tempers flare up even worse. If someone is already angry, dealing with them harshly will only make things worse. But gentleness can diffuse conflict. But not only do we see the power of gentleness here, but we also see the power of appeal. Verse 2 says, "The tongue of the wise makes knowledge appealing. The mouth of a fool belches out foolishness." Wise people speak in a way that draws in others to want to learn the way of wisdom. They're seeking to persuade, they're seeking to appeal to people so that those that may not be wise would be drawn to growing in wisdom. On the other hand, the fool belches out with foolishness. They're just running their mouth. And I love that imagery of belching out things. It's right, someone who's just burping everywhere. I mean, when someone starts burping, like, you want to get away from them. It's disgusting. And so foolish people, they just go around, spouting nonsense, and it's off-putting, and you want to get away from their foolishness as quickly as you can. And so, knowing the power of our words, we should seek to use them wisely. Are we responding gently to people so we're diffusing conflict? Are we speaking in a way that makes wisdom appealing, or do we have the mouth of a fool?